Hi guys, welcome to Linkside YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video we will talk about how to use Dockerignore files. So guys, let's begin the topic. But before start the lab session, we need to understand few points, which is what is Dockerignore file and its use cases. See, if you are Docker developer, you might have noticed that when you build a Docker image, either using Docker file or directly pull an image from Docker registry, the size of the image can be richly large depending upon your Docker build context, right? So when we are trying to build a Docker image, we need to send some files to the Docker daemon or the server so that those files can be used and included inside the Docker container that we are trying to build. This set of files and directories is called Docker build context. So inside the folder where you keep the Docker file and through which you are trying to build the image, there might be some contents files, some data files or folders that are although a part of the project, but you don't want to include those files in the Docker build context due to security reason or very large in size. So due to all those reasons, you might want to exclude some files and folder from your Docker build context. So here Dockerignore files come in the picture. Similar to a gitignore file in Git, we have a Dockerignore file in Docker that allows you to mention a list of files and directories which you might want to ignore while build the images, right? This would initially reduce the size of this would definitely reduce the size of your images and also help to speed up the Docker build process. So in this demo, we will see the importance of Dockerignore file during the creation of Docker images, right? And this is the official document where everything is mentioned, why we need it and how we can follow the syntax and everything. So let's start the lab session and I will show you how we can use this Docker image file, right? So I'm back on my VM. Let me show you the OS release version first of all. So currently I'm using Red Hat release that is 9.3, and if we talk about the Docker-FL version, it's 24.0.7. So due to I have already installed the Docker tool in this machine, and due to any reason if you don't know how to install Docker, please go through my Docker playlist where I have already mentioned how to install Docker on Linux. So start with the first step, which is create a project folder with some demo log files and some contents, right? So I start with mkdir project. Okay, now move to the project. Let me create a logs directory. Then I'll move to the logs directory. Sorry, mkdir logs. Then cd logs. Okay, now let me create a file here. Touch. I said to go with a comma b comma c. Let me go with 3 log files. That's sufficient for this demo. Log, and then I want to create one large file. So for that one, I'll go with dd command. If dev 0 out of my file is name could be anything. I'll say file.txt, block size will be 1 MB and count is equal to 100. Okay, yep, successfully done, right? And let me write down some sensitive data. Echo hi, this is my secret data. And just save it here, secret underscore keys. Perfect. Let me run the tree command, you will get the clean picture. So here you can see, if I run the ls command or tree command, I have created some steps of hierarchy here. So here with the help of some basic command, I create some log file inside my logs directory, which is a.log, b.log and c.log file. Then with the help of dd command, I create 100 MB of file.txt, which is the exact in 100 MB of size. And then I create one more secret underscore keys file where I will keep my secret data, right? Now let me create a Docker file. So docker Docker file, simple. Let me put up very small entries, say from, I want to copy, I want to get the image of ubuntu ubuntu. Latest, you can go with anyone, not a big deal. And copy, what copy all from here to my opt location. That's it. All right, let's save and quit. So here you can see, if I go with cat slash opt, I just create a very simple Docker file. In this Docker file, I give the image name, which will be pulled from Docker Hub, and then I use copy command, which will copy all the content from this current project directory and paste it into the slash OTP in my custom Docker image, right? When it's going to be built up successfully. So let's move to the next step, which is build the Docker image without making .docker ignore file, and let's see what happens. So let's check the current condition before we build up. What is the Docker images? Is there any kind of Docker images or container running on my machine or not? So I can go with follow command, Docker images and Docker ps-a. So you can see no container, no images are available on this Linux box. Let's build the image. Command is Docker build and then -t, give the nice tag. I said image1 and dot. Dot will automatically search the Docker file and see the image creation is in progress. So it will take some time, little bit of time. Let it be complete. I have just mentioned only two things. One/2 from Docker is download the image and then copy. Let it be complete. Exporting the image, perfect, done. Image creation process successfully done. Let's check the Docker image size. Docker images. So if I go with Docker images here, you can see the size is approx 183 megabyte, right? Now let's create a container using my custom image and check /opt path. Command is docker run -dit -name. I said demo1 and image1 from image1. Okay, and let's check the status of my container and check the content of /opt directory. So I'll go with docker ps command. You can see container is an up and running condition. So this command will create a new container named demo1 from my custom image and run in detach mode. That's why I use d, right? And now let's check the content of /opt. So what I will do, I will use docker exec-it demo1 ls-l/opt. So once I press enter, yep, see the container is running and we can see all the files inside my container in /optc. So docker file, file.txt, logs and secret, everything is in my container. That is demo1, right? This is the case where we didn't use Dockerignore file. So during the build-up process, is copy all the content and paste it inside this container image, which is known as image1, right? This is the default condition if you don't use the Dockerignore file. Now move to the next step, which is create another container, say with another image using Dockerignore file. So we want to reduce the Docker image size. Currently the size is 183 MB, which is not good for us. And I want to avoid to upload password or unnecessary files to build a more secure artifacts. Even the files are also there, right? So for that one, we need to create Dockerignore file in current location and mention the entries which you want to ignore. So let me create touch.docker ignore. Yeah, just like bit ignore, we have git ignore, we have a docker ignore. So docker ignore. Okay, now let's try to put the entry inside this docker ignore file. So the syntax of docker ignore file is similar of like git ignore file. Each line in the file represent a pattern to be ignored. I have written some common pattern used in docker ignore file. Let me copy from my notepad and paste it here, and then I will explain each and everything, right? So I just let me copy it here from here and paste it first of all, and let me just slide the 9 number and let's save it. Yeah, here you can see we have added few entries which we want to ignore. So let me explain these entry. You can see we can use Unix global pattern in docker ignore files. Here I started with the first line slash, right? So hashes at the hashes, sorry, started with hash. So hashes at the beginning of line represent a comment that is ignored by the docker. So here I just ignore the logs directory. So I use hash ignore the log directory. Then in the next, I'm going to ignoring few more files like secret keys and docker ignore file itself and file.txt I want to ignore, right? Then I use star and slash forward slash, right? So forward slash at the end of the pattern denotes a directory. At the end of the pattern here it denotes the directory, and slash at the beginning of the pattern denotes the root directory. This is the root directory, also known as the directory separator, right? And star matches any sequence of character Here, on line number 10, star matches any sequence of character but does not match directory separators. For example, star.md would match any file ending with .md but would not match slash data slash xyz.md or slash abc.md file, right? Star double star slash star.pdf double star match any sequence of character including directory separator. For example, double star slash star.pdf would match any .pdf file no matter how deeply nested. So in the same manner, I'm ignoring single character using question mark. So ignoring single character .js file like a.js, b.js, c.js, and etc. So any character with .js. So this is the common pattern I'm using here. I just save and quit, and this is the file. Now build the image one more time and run the container and let's see the magic. So I just follow the older command but with a different name. So let it me build second image. This time image name is 2. Rest of the command is same. And now let's check the compare the size first. So if I go with Docker images, wow, you can see, look at the size. It's only 77 MB. Earlier that is 183, right? And now let's create a container and run the contain one more time in slash opt. So the command is docker run dit, not demo1 this time, demo2, not image1 this time, image2. And okay, successfully done. And let's check the file inside demo2. It should be only one file. Yes, I'm right, that is docker file. Because if you closely observe, I'll go with docker.ignore. I didn't mention my docker file here, right? This is the reason only docker file uploaded, right? So here you can see only my docker file. So even we can batter.docker ignore file, disallowing everything and just allow only log folder or only particular one file. Let's do it, right? So let me remove all the entries from docker ignore file. Let me open one more time with vim editor or any editor you want, and I said double star and exclamation with logs. That's it. What does it mean? It means exclamation at the beginning of the line negates the pattern, allowing files and directory that match the pattern to be included. So for example, here exclamation log means allow only log directory and ignore all. So let me build one more images, run the container and check the content, right? So it means is this time only log directory will be allowed, right? Rest of the thing, all thing will be ignored. So follow the same command for third directory, for third images. Docker build -t image3, and let me create a container from here. So docker run, this time demo3 and image3. Perfect. Okay, now let me check the content of slash opt from demo3. Yep, very good. So here, this is you can see only log directory in my container slash opt location. So this is how we can use Docker ignore files and take the advantages from it, right? So you can see all containers are in up and running condition, and if I go with Docker images, you can check the sizes, right? So this is how we can use Docker ignore file, and I will share the link for more information about Docker ignore syntax at the video description. And guys, this is all about this video, this demo, and I hope you found this useful for you. Finally, this is the end of this topic. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out through my social media link, which is mentioned in the description. And if you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel, and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.